Hey, yo guys, what's up? It's your boy Jesse. How y'all doing today? It's a beautiful morning out today. And look at this sky. It's a little cloudy, but it's warm. It's not raining, and it's not busy right now. So, it's a beautiful day out today. The perfect time to get a video done while I'm doing my walk. So let's get into it. So today, guys, I'd like to talk a little bit about some of the fun and interesting little traditions, I guess you could call them, or things that Filipinos do that some of us foreigners may find different and just fun little things that I find interesting. So let's get right into it. First and foremost, something I found interesting is when you go to restaurants, or even if you're just eating with people, you will not have a knife. Doesn't matter what you're eating. I've never been to a restaurant, and I've never ate with my fiance where you have a knife. You just don't get one. Knives are not common to eat with. You might have a spoon, you might have a fork, but no, it's a knife. Also, especially rice. I've noticed this with rice. I didn't think that it was a thing. I thought maybe people would use chopsticks or people would use spoons, but with rice and other foods, a lot of times Filipino people just use their hands. They don't even use a spoon or a fork. Even then, they use their hands. So it's it's something that's cool. It's interesting that I found that was different, because I don't eat with my hands a lot. I still don't when I eat rice. Oh yeah, and for my American friends who put soy sauce or something in their rice, it's not very common here. Everybody here, when I put soy sauce on my rice, because I do, that's the only way I can really eat it, unless I have some kind of food that has some sauce on it. Filipinos are always looking at me like I'm weird, and they're like, "Oh, it's too much. It's too much." Oh, that's just how I got used to eating rice. So be prepared for that. It's a little thing that they do that some of us foreigners may not be used to. Another thing that they do. Sorry, I was watching that motorcycle go by. Another thing that they do that you might find interesting that I've never seen done anywhere else is this. It's a blessing where they take someone who is elderly, usually like their grandma or their grandpa, and or their mom and their dad. They take their hand and they touch it on their forehead, and they call that giving a blessing. That's something I've seen done everywhere. It's kind of the equivalent of, I wouldn't even say it's really the equivalent, but you know how we greet people in America. We give them a fist bump, or we shake their hand, or in some of the East Asian countries they will bow. Well, here they do that, and they call it a blessing. What they do is they just take the person's hand, and the elderly person's hand, and they bring it up to their forehead, and it's a blessing. So that's something that I started doing as well, because it shows a sign of respect, which is why I can't say it's exactly the equivalent of a handshake, because we don't do handshakes, well, especially to elderly, just to the elderly people, to show a sign of respect. Shakes to greet, or fist bumps to greet, not really a thing where you're like, oh, you're an elderly person, let me do this because it's a sign of respect. Not so much. Another thing, something that I found interesting that I still haven't been able to bring myself to do is the way they not really celebrate. It's not celebrate. The way they mourn. There we go. The way they mourn people who die. It's at least from my experience, when it comes to that, it's very different, and it's so different that I've not been able to do it yet. I mean, I don't mind if my fiance does it, but I can't. But I don't remember who it was that died, but my fiance went there, and it wasn't during the funeral, but it was like a day or two before, and there was just a bunch of people getting together, eating and drinking and laughing and sometimes not really gambling, I don't know what it is, but then they play games, that kind of stuff. I can't bring myself to do that. I don't even like, first off, I don't even like to think about death. That terrifies me. But secondly, it's just too odd for me. It's something that I find way too strange to be able to accept. Maybe it's the way, it's because of how we view death in America. We try to, get it over with and not see it, not think about it, kind of thing. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm not used to it. I still can't. I can't bring myself to do it quite yet. I'll get there, I'm sure, but not yet. Yes. Something that I found interesting. I didn't have to do it as much. Very lucky. I was very lucky with my fiance's family. They pretty much already accepted me by the time I came here. But if you're more traditional, the person you're with ends up being more traditional. Then when you're dating them, or when you're in the courting them, I guess. I don't know if it's be dating or courting. When you're in the middle, when you're doing that, basically you might as well say that you're in it with the whole family. You've got to be with the whole family, basically. So what'll happen is that you will meet the woman. It's the guy. You will have to meet the woman's family. They'll get together. They will and I don't just mean just mom and dad. I mean what I've seen with my fiance's brother and his girlfriend. Like it's a whole family. It's uncles, aunts, siblings, all that, blah 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 blah. You will have to talk to them. They'll want to meet you and make sure that you're the right person for their family, for their daughter, their sister, their niece, cousin, whatever she is to them. I like that tradition. I think that's very nice. It's very traditional. I know there are other cultures that do that. It's not very common in the USA anymore, although I think it used to be. But it was more of just the mom and the dad, and maybe the siblings. But it's a nice little tradition, I think. I take issue with bringing a gift for family. I don't like that. I can understand that if you're buying food or alcohol, to hang out, I can understand the guy having to do that, but I don't like the idea of bringing a gift, because I feel like there might be people who would take advantage of that. Two more things to go over. Two more things. One more thing I'd like to go over that I actually like and that I have started doing is using the sign of the cross, like more than just for church. So every time my fiance, I had noticed every time my fiance walks by a church, every time there's an ambulance that goes by or something with sirens that goes by, every time that we get into a vehicle and it's driving, right before it drives, she always does the sign of the cross. So now that's a habit of mine I picked up because I am a very Catholic person. I started doing the sign of the cross, and I probably do it more than her now, and it's something that I like just because I'm a very Catholic person. So I could be a lot more Catholic. I've got a lot of sins and stuff that I need to deal with, but it's a habit that I picked up that I like. So there you go guys, ladies and gentlemen. Those are some of the things that I really have enjoyed, the little traditions, the little things that I've noticed that Filipinos do that I find interesting. And some of them are fun, some of them are strange, but it's the Filipinos, and you gotta love them. I love what they do, and I love how they do it. And I wouldn't trade this country for the world. So, wouldn't trade where I'm at for the world. So, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, you guys know what to do. Go ahead, just leave them down in the comment section. I respond to everybody. Give me a like and subscribe, you guys. It really helps me out a lot. Know that you guys are valuable and you matter. God bless. Peace.